Welcome to this video in Start for Future about how to use AI in your startup. This is me. My name is Henrik and I work as an associate professor in software engineering. What I also do is of course to be a facilitator in the student incubator. So you probably wonder why I put up this happy face on this picture. Well, because this is a picture of me working with real people who are the core of all successful startups. To start this presentation, I'll tell you something about what AI is, or actually what machine learning basically is. Here you see a small video where we have some algorithm that got stuck somewhere, and then based on what we call supervised learning to teach the algorithm how to handle future situations that are not exactly the same, but similar. So the agenda of this video is of course a little bit about what AI is, but most of all, it is about how to use AI. And then of course, a small snippet of making sure to consider some ethical aspects when you do that, and to have a critical eye on whatever results you get from the system, and some of the reasons behind why this is important. Most of all, it is about staying the captain of your boat, because AI is just a tool. You're the captain, you're the entrepreneur, you're the developer. Have you sometimes noticed that you often meet some objects across the freeway when you're driving? You might not know what I'm talking about, but don't worry, they're not dangerous. There are plenty of them. They're just bridges, so every time you drive on a freeway in your car, you will actually meet those objects across the road, and because they're not dangerous, you'll just keep driving, because you know that you can always get under it when you meet it. When we have self-driving cars taught by AI or machine learning, they get to the same conclusion based on data. They just know day after day, trip after trip, they can meet an object crossing the road and safely drive under it. The difference between computers and humans is that sometimes we humans can say, maybe that's not really a bridge across the road. Maybe that's another situation, even that we have never been in this situation before. This could be a truck across the road. It looks like a bridge, but seems lower, so maybe we should slow down and move our right foot to the brake pedal. A computer only has its data, so it will not notice the unknown situation. So now we know that whenever we use AI, we can easily get a result, and we can actually make our life easier using it for all predictable situations. But what we do need to know is that when we generate some results using AI, we need to be extra careful about the quality. The systems keep getting better, but following the same patterns. So, for example, in ChatGPT-4, I asked this question: can you make a picture of a wine glass that is filled to the brim and just about to overflow? Of course I got the answer. Sure I can. I can do anything, so let me show you. Here we have a wine glass filled to the brim and just about to overflow. Or do we? And more important, what is the solution to this problem? Well, what OpenAI did was obvious. Add more data. They made sure when the next version of this tool came up, they had solved the problem. So, I asked ChatGPT-5 exactly the same question. I got this result. We now got a wine glass filled to the brim and just about to overflow. Because some of the developers said, oh, the data we had was just pictures of wine glasses with wine in, and they never even saw a glass filled. So they just took some pictures of wine glasses filled to the brim and uploaded it to the database. So now it has data on this particular situation. I was wondering if this intelligent system now understood what it meant to be filled to the brim. To test that, I changed the word wine glass to teacup, and you can probably imagine what happened. Can you make a picture of a teacup filled to the brim and just about to overflow? Answer is, no, I can't. It's not possible because it has no idea how a teacup looks when it's filled to the brim and just about to overflow. Again, as a human being, we would expect having the same pattern if it has a teacup, a wine glass, a coffee cup, or a bowl for that matter. In ChatGPT, I will not see any results different from this because the only data it has is with wine and wine glasses. So make sure always be critical about what counts, both for pictures, like I show you here, and it counts for text as well, and it counts for all other kind of material. So the next question is, how can you use AI as an entrepreneur? Well, I would say first of all, idea generation, because when you get ideas, they don't have to be accurate, they don't have to be proven, because you are going to do that yourself anyway. So just get started using it. For example, take a close look at your business model canvas and make sure to focus in particular on your value proposition. You can just prompt a large language model about what your values really want to work with, and it can actually assist you giving you some ideas. Of course, you need to know that some of these ideas will be pretty bad, but that's alright. You can just prompt again and prompt deeper, and then you get some better results, because AI is just your little helper. So you're in charge, you're the captain of your boat. Just make sure that AI stays the helper that you use. Here's just a simple example. This is a way too short prompt. I just asked, can you help me with development of a startup based on pet toys and home automation? These keywords are just random, and of course it will accept the challenge, and of course it will just give me some information. And next step is to keep prompting and reflect on the answers, because that is what AI cannot do. One of the other things I did to prepare this presentation was to take a look and ask ChatGPT and Gemini about this particular question. Can you help me what I should do when I have a startup? And it gave me a bunch of information. So I'm not going to waste your time in this presentation going through that list. I just suggest you do the same. Just prompt, how can I use AI in my startup? And it would give you a long list of some suggestions. Most of the ideas will be bad, but some of them will actually be useful. So now it's time to wrap up. And the most important thing for you as an entrepreneur is to stay captain of your boat. You're the entrepreneur. You should make sure that you only use AI as a little helper. Make sure to prompt based on your dreams. Make sure to make the language model understand who you are and what your dreams are. So you make sure that whatever answer it will give you, you will match the dreams you have. And then keep prompting. Keep prompting deeper. Whenever it gives you an answer, keep prompting about that, and still make sure that it's based on your dreams. Then again, you can add to the prompt something about making it relevant for your customers. And don't forget to be critical. You cannot trust an answer, even when it gives you an article, even when it gives you some paragraphs in law. You cannot trust the information, so you have to be in charge of everything. Now, another thing that you already know as an entrepreneur, you have to keep working. Don't give up. Keep working, because you have to make your results. Never settle with the first result you get That's a common mistake many people do. They just prompt, get an answer, and go with that answer. You have to be more thorough than that. And then again, another important thing, make sure to test whatever result you get. Test on real people, because you can see the real people, how they will respond to the results you have. That's pretty much everything I want to tell you. So thank you. Thank you very much for watching this video.